See, Hamilton turns and jumps in the air, and then he has to make the pass. He can't come back down with it. You've always got to turn and face, and then if the person's there, make the pass to the cutting teammate. Don't leave your feet.
10th turnover by the Hawks, 12 for Central Connecticut. Picked by Kenny. Leading Azzarelli, who calls timeout. He stepped out of bounds first, and I think he even traveled before both of those things occurred. Central Connecticut will have it.
Well, I think Dave wanted the timeout. He's talking to Jackie Lopes, but I think you're right, Dave. I think we got to travel, then a step on the out of bounds on the baseline.
Central will have it after this timeout. 3:40 left in the game. Central Connecticut on top of Monmouth, 46-42. Northeast Conference Basketball is brought to you by Choice Hotels International, the official hotel partner of the NEC. By Accelerate Sports Drink, thirst-quenching sports energy with all-natural protein. Accelerate. And by Valley National Bank, now with 135 branches located throughout northern New Jersey and Manhattan. The number 8 seed in this tournament, Central Connecticut, leads the top seed Monmouth 46-42. On Monmouth's home floor, the entire NEC tournament has gone back to campus this year. Previously, the first couple rounds would be held at a neutral site, Wagner, Sovereign Bank Arena in Trenton, but I think the coaches and the players wanted it back in the home gyms, and they got it this year, and so far we've seen some exciting games here on quarterfinal night.
And only one team on the 3 teams that played at home have won. And here we've got this game, 4 points now that Monmouth's got to make up if they're going to continue and have the number 1 seeds all win since 1984. 21-0 are the number 1 seeds.
The leaner won't go for Tristan Blackwood, but an offensive rebound by Hickenbottom. And another 35-second shot clock for Central.
And they need to be patient here and take the 35 unless they get something inside.
Three-pointer good for Demario Anderson.
Or you make the three-pointer from the corner.
Anderson, who averages nearly 15 a game, has 9 now, and the lead is back up to 7 for the Blue Devils. Chris Kenny had an open shot.
Had an open look, but really they don't need to take threes. There's still plenty of time. There's going to be enough trips up and down the floor. At least take the look inside, see if you can get something inside, draw a foul, stop the clock. That's really the enemy now for the Hawks, the clock.
Central Connecticut has shown great patience all half, working that clock. Mojica lost it, stolen by Azzarelli.
See, I think right now they need to come down and they need to get the ball to Hamilton down low, see if they can get 2, draw the foul, get 3 that way, and stop the clock.
But whatever it is, they need to do it quickly. Just over 2 minutes left in the game, down 7. Hamilton.
They've got to double down on him, Central.
And Hamilton is fouled by Jason Hickenbottom.
See, while Dickey, he was guarding Alston, he should have just said, forget Alston, let him kick the ball back outside, go down and double team, don't let Hamilton even put the ball on the floor, make him kick it back outside again. That also takes time off the clock.
I agree with you, Terry, and from another strategic point of view for Central, I'm surprised they haven't pounded it in on offense a little bit against Hamilton. He's been playing with 4 fouls for about 5 minutes.
Well, 9:45 he picked it up, he went out with 8:05 to go, came back with 7, and you're right, they have not gone inside that often.
Hamilton, a great free throw shooter, hits the first. Hamilton, the senior, hits them both under 2 minutes, 49-44, and Hamilton will come out briefly for defense.
Well, that's a good substitution by Dave Calloway there. Now you can come with full court pressure and put Hallett, the big guy, you know, at 6'10", on the ball and try to create some pressure with the inbound pass.
The Northeast Conference promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. To that effect, the league recently launched Sportsmanship Counts, a program that encourages a proactive approach to educating student athletes, coaches, spectators, and parents on the values of fairness, mutual respect, and sportsmanship, while also addressing means to curb inappropriate behavior at sporting events. For more information on the program, please visit the NEC website at northeastconference.org. Both teams in the bonus. 1:56 left. The band playing on for the Hawks as they have cut it to 5, 49-44. Always a great home court advantage here, and there's talks of a new arena on campus here at Monmouth. Probably a couple years away, but this has been a good home court for the Hawks. Paul Dottino, what do you have?
Dave, Howie Dickerman wants the Blue Devils to keep the ball in the middle of the floor. He told his players, don't get it near the sideline or the baseline because they're going to trap you. So he wants DeMario Anderson, if at all possible, to be the guy touching the ball down the middle of the lane. On the other side, Coach Callaway told his team, no need to foul. We still have plenty of time. All I want is 4 stops in a row. Back to you.
That's not much to ask, 4 stops in a row. You and I, let's go out there and play that. I think it's a tough assignment.
I love that coaching. You give it to the guys in chunks that they can understand. Just 4 stops, 4 rebounds, whatever. Each team with 2 timeouts left, and both teams shooting the 1-and-1. Possession arrow favoring Monmouth. Central trying to get it in, and they do so to Mahika, who is trapped, and it's stolen by Azzarelli. Alston for 3. He missed it, but he was fouled in 3-point range. And Marcus Alston, the sophomore from Neptune High School, will be shooting 3 free throws, the 3rd foul on Javier Mojica.
Well, exactly what Paul said, Dave, happened. The ball came in where? On the sideline. So instead of 2 defenders, literally you have 3 because the sideline becomes a defender. You can't step out of bounds.
Alston, a 79% free throw shooter, hits them both. Alston had a game winner against St. Peter's this year, also a game-winning 3 against Quinnipiac. Now 7 points tonight. The lead is down to 3. Bad mistake by Central to foul him in 3-point range, and Alston makes them pay. A 2-point game.
Then there's the trap in the corner again, and the same position. There, Lenny Jefferson this time getting all the way over on the right side. You cannot get the ball in bounds there. You've got to try to catch it in around the foul line area so you can have some options to make that pass.
Monmouth can taste the fear on the Central Connecticut side right now. The press is working. As Terry mentioned, Central getting it in on the sideline. Central Connecticut has just 1 timeout remaining. Monmouth has a full end of 30. On the next Central Connecticut foul, Monmouth will be shooting 2. And on the next Monmouth foul, Central will be shooting a 1-and-1.
Well, again, right now, Howie Dickerman's got to instill a little more confidence in them and say, listen, fellas, all we need to do right now is get it inbound and come down and have 1 good, solid possession and score, and the pressure shifts all the way back to them again. But they cannot afford to cough it up again here.
The winner moves on to the semifinals. The loser goes home. Stolen again by the Hawks. Azzarelli got a hand on it. A minute 40 left. Monmouth with the ball down 2. Alston lost it. But Central.
But again, Central still has to prove, Dave, that they can inbound the ball successfully and bring it over half court.
Exactly right. And they have struggled in that regard. 1:33 left. Wadiki. Monmouth trying to tie him up. And they just get it across the timeline. Hickenbottom stripped by Alston. And it goes out of bounds off of Monmouth.
It's going to remain, the pass is going to be, or the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds there by Alston. Great hustle. He ran the entire length of the floor to get there. The Hail Mary pass was answered at half court, but great defensive job by Alston to run the floor and deflect that out of bounds. Now Central has to be very patient here and take 35 seconds before they shoot. They've got the 2-point lead. If they can take the shot clock down and score, it puts the pressure. It's a two-possession game then for the Hawks.
The leaner will not go for Lenny Jefferson, and Monmouth has the rebound. 1 minute left in the game. Monmouth has the basketball, down by 2. And they do call timeout to set up a shot. 30-second timeout called by Dave Calloway, so he will have 1 full timeout remaining. 53 seconds left in the ball game. The Hawks trying to frantically come back from a 14-point halftime deficit. And meanwhile, Central Connecticut trying to hold on by their fingernails to an upset win. Howie Dickerman, 10-4 in his career in NEC tournament play. That is the highest winning percentage among active coaches in the league.
The Central 1-4 in games in 4 points or less. And right now they have a 2-point lead in the ball game. So record-wise, they haven't done too well in close ball games, but doesn't matter with records. You got to go out on the floor. And right now, neither team can afford to foul. Central has to play very good defense, and I guess you got to think, Dave, that the ball is going to go into Hamilton. They only need 2. They don't need a 3. If they settle and they go into overtime, I think they have the advantage and all the momentum their way.
Monmouth has Delish, Kenny, Alston, Azzarelli, and Hamilton in the game. 50 seconds left. Monmouth down 2. Hamilton, their leading scorer. Lost it out of bounds. Central ball.
Again, Blake Hamilton, too many moves. Catch the ball, turn, and go up. You don't need to go left and right and left. You just give yourself a reason to turn the ball over, which he did. Again, the defensive substitution, Blake on the bench.
The 6'10 Corey Howlett guarding the inbound pass, and Monmouth is all over the Blue Devils right now as Alston knocks it out of bounds.
But Obi Wadicki, you're not throwing a volleyball here. You got to put some speed on that, 2 hands on the ball, and make a good hard chest pass. You can't throw lob passes from out of bounds.
Monmouth's defense and 3-point shooting has gotten them back into the game. A 3-way trap. Jefferson breaks it. Lenny Jefferson and 1.
No, it's an offensive foul, but the basket's going to count, and it's going to be offensive after. I haven't seen one of those calls in a long time. Usually if it's offensive, they take the basket away. But Howie Dickerman's got to be happy because the basket's going to count, but it'd be an offensive foul. Monmouth gets the ball back.
Wow, they count the basket, and there was a foul on Jefferson. You hardly ever see that, so it's now 51-47 Central Connecticut, but Monmouth will come down the other end and shoot free throws.
Absolutely, we're going to get a good look at it. Jefferson, great decision to keep going right to the basket. And Jefferson was up in the air. He's got to be able to come back down. Alston is there, but he's underneath him. He's got to be able to come down with it, and now you go the other end and you shoot 2. So the
Marcus
Hawks,
Alston.
they have a chance to pull back within 2 again and come with that full court pressure, which has been very effective.
Alston has been clutch down the stretch for Monmouth. The Hawks were 15-12 this year, 14-4 in the league. Alston hits them both. A 2-point game again, 34 seconds left. Central gets it ahead to Jefferson, and it's a 2-on-0 break. Exclamation point for Demario Anderson.
Well, the Hawks had to have 1 guy back, and they didn't. 5 guys on this side of half court cost them dearly.
It's like pulling the goaltender. No basket. Monmouth called time first. Their final timeout, 21.1 seconds left. And the Hawks now probably have to go for 3s. They are down 53-49.
Well, you're going to see you've got 5 white shirts on this side of half court. So once they broke the initial trap, there was nobody at the other end to stop Demario Anderson from up and down.
Anderson has come on in the second half. He has 11 points to lead Central Connecticut. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of stars. You see the game reset, possession arrow favoring Monmouth. Central with 1 timeout remaining. Monmouth in the double bonus, Central Connecticut in the 1-1. But again, Demario Anderson, 11 points, leads Central. Waidiki has 9. Blackwood has 9. Hickenbottom has 9. A number 8 seed has never won a game in the NEC tournament dating back 23 years. Tonight could be the night as Central has a 4-point lead on the road. Wagner already upset a higher seed earlier tonight, 69-65. FDU beat St. Francis, New York as the number 2 seed wins. Tamian Trent had 20 points there. And LIU beat St. Francis, Pennsylvania, so the winner of this one will get LIU.
And what a great season for LIU. The biggest turnaround in the NEC this year in terms of wins. A lot of young freshmen and sophomores for Jim Ferry.
Azzarelli to delete, 4-3, got it! 1-point game. Central Connecticut calls their final timeout. Neither team has a timeout remaining now. What a big three-pointer for Dejan Delic out of Serbia and Montenegro.
Well, I don't know if Dave on that sideline drew it up that way, but just great execution. A good down screen by Hamilton, which you don't see. There you see Hamilton there. That set it up. The down screen allowed him to be so wide open. The catch and the good look, he squared up. There you see Hamilton. See the screen by Hamilton? That really set that play up, so he had the great look.
Good call, Terry. In 6 prior NEC tournaments, Dave Calloway has lost in the first round 4 times, but he's also won the title twice and taken the team to the big dance.
Now here's the thing, Dave, you know, you're down by 1 with only 15, so obviously Central does not have to shoot the ball. But I would not foul right away. The way they pressured them, I would make sure, though, that one white shirt is behind half court. Don't get beat full court again. Come with the trap hard. Trap it twice. If it gets to half court, foul them, extend the game that way, make them shoot the 1-on-1.
Right now that safety is Marcus Alston as they get it into Jefferson. Jefferson is fouled. And he was in trouble up in the air with no place to go.
I think he was looking to make a long pass down the floor. I'm not sure he would have been successful with that. I don't think they really tried to foul. Jefferson kind of jumped in and drew the foul. Good decision on his part there. But it does extend the game. It stops the clock. Only 3 seconds went off. They've got to come to the line now and make this 1-on-1.
That's his first personal foul, 17th foul on Monmouth.
See, that's the good news for Monmouth. It's only in 1-on-1. So Lenny Jefferson has to go to the line. A good free throw shooter, 77%. And in the final minute of a game over the season, he's 21 out of 31 for 74%.
Biggest free throw of his career. Missed it. Monmouth does not have a timeout. 9 seconds left. Monmouth is down by 1. They get it to Alston. Marcus Alston hits it. Marcus Alston with 1.4 seconds left. Monmouth takes the lead. And this one is over. It's over. The fans storm the court here at Boylan Gymnasium. They're up on the television table. Monmouth comes from 14 down to win. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dave Calloway and the top-seeded Monmouth Hawks survive. They come from a 14-point second-half deficit to defeat heartbroken Central Connecticut State 54-53.
And I'm not sure Dave knows what he's feeling at this point. I think he probably thought, you know, we're going to lose this at home. We've won so many games at home, and yet what an unbelievable finish. You go to the line 1-1. That foul extends the game. Jefferson can't make it. Here you see, and again, they know they didn't have to take a 3. They really wanted to get the ball to the basket. Good patience, and Alston, we talked about him. What a great head fake to get Waidiki to commit, and he takes it with the kiss and the finish.
The third game-winning shot this year for Marcus Alston, none bigger than that one.
Well, Azzarelli, great pass over to me. Saw him open in there, but the head fake got Wadicki to commit, and that was the only real defender that could have stopped him from going right to the rack.
Central did not make enough baskets in the second half, and they couldn't get it in bounds against the Monmouth pressure.
Well, the pressure really hurt them there, but Wadicki can't handle him there, and then he's got a pretty good look all the way to the glass. Blue Devils probably should have really grabbed him and tried to foul him. Didn't happen. Monmouth gets a win.
The miss by Lenny Jefferson at the free throw line was also big as Monmouth wins it 54-53. We're back. March Madness indeed. What a great game. Top-seeded Monmouth defeats Central Connecticut State 54-53. Our Accelerate Extra Effort player of the game has to be Marcus Alston, 12 points.
Well, he did an excellent job on both ends. Here you get the game winner, takes it right to the basket, did a tremendous job. Poor shooting on the part of Central in the second half, couldn't handle the pressure defense, and Lenny Jefferson missing the front end of the one-on-one.
Great effort by Central, great season, but it's over for them as Monmouth moves on to the second round. They'll take on Wagner, FDU, playing Long Island in the semis. Once again, the final score here tonight, 54-53, Monmouth victorious. Our NEC tournament coverage continues Sunday at 1 p.m. on Metro TV when we bring you a men's semifinal matchup. This telecast is a copyrighted production of the Northeast Conference. For Terry O'Connor, Paul Dottino, Eric Singer, Mitch Levitas, and our entire crew, this is Dave Popkin saying so long from the Jersey Shore. The Monmouth Hawks live to fight another day. They win it 54-53. Good night.